with the penalties. Peter.
Morning, Madam Chair, Madam Secretary and Council. For the recommending is Peter Bolton, Policy Analyst for the State Board of Elections. As you can see, our agenda today for campaign finance matters is a little bit longer than usual. The way we set the agenda up, I'd like to go through our usual standby or applications, excuse me, followed by waiver requests, and then we'll get into some more substantive matters, which is, I believe, what a lot of the folks here are here today to discuss.
Okay.
Before starting, I would like to acknowledge the good work of our campaign finance team, Marion Mines, Teresa Miller, and Tina Edmonds, who are also with us here today. Turning to, I guess this would be agenda item D, the standby or ad violations. The items that are in question should be included in your packets. I wanted to provide you with as much information up front as I possibly could, and I'm happy to go at whatever pace is necessary to know if you've reviewed each and every one. But the first is a complaint brought against Ben Belrose. There are actually 3 complaints brought. The first was that there was no disclaimer on yard sign he produced, no disclaimer on a flyer he produced, and no disclaimer on a robocall that he sent out. He did these as an independent expenditure. As we know from the code, there is no disclaimer requirement for yard signs. So I would suggest that the board discuss with that complaint, but also the town of Purcellville has a population of less than 25,000 people, which would mean that Chapter 9 would not apply unless, of course, there was an ordinance enacted by the town, which in this case there is, so Chapter 9 would indeed apply, which would mean that in order to qualify as a true independent expenditure, Mr. Belrose would have had to have spent $200 or more on the remaining items. He is advised that he spent about $70 on the remaining items. I believe he's here today to speak to those matters. If he would like to address, our recommendation from the staff is that the complaint be dismissed and no penalty be assessed. If Mr. Belrose has anything to add before you make a decision, I cede the floor.
In the essence of time, I think Mr. Belrose is happy with that.
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you, sir. Second, all those in favor? Aye. Okay, Mr. Belrose, we're sorry you got caught in traffic coming down, but it's a good result.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to hear you talk. Okay, the next one.
Thank you. The next complaint, also from Purcellville, involves Kelly Grimm.